I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. In his gospel, Jesus speaks of not fearing the little flock, of how we are called to try to store up treasures in heaven and to always be prepared with our lamps lit for the coming of the Lord. Edith Stein, a brilliant atheist philosopher who converted to Catholicism despite the opposition of her practicing Jewish family, lived a life marked by a ceaseless search for truth, the lamp of her intellect and of her soul. In her writings, Edith expresses that trust in God means abandoning oneself to His will, knowing that He is a faithful God and knows what is best for each of us. That trust sustained her even in the most difficult moments of her life. Edith gave up a successful academic career and a very comfortable, prestigious life and chose to enter a Carmelite convent where she took the name of Benedicta of the Cross, voluntarily stripping herself of all material possessions to follow Christ. When the Nazis entered the Carmelite convent and took her and her sister to the Auschwitz concentration camp, Edith, now known as Sister Benedicta of the Cross, helped the other terrified and distressed persons who were with her on their way to the gas chamber, offering them serenity and support by speaking to them about the love of God. Thus, her martyrdom in the concentration camp was filled with serenity and dedication to others. We can say that when she died in the gas chamber, God found her prepared with her acts of love and faith. St. Lawrence, whose feast day is August 10th, was a 3rd century Christian deacon. When Pope Sixtus II was martyrized, Emperor Valeriano demanded that Lawrence hand over all the church riches to him. Lawrence accepted and presented himself with a large number of sick, disabled, and poor people, telling him that these were the true treasures of the church. The emperor became enraged and ordered him to be burned alive on a grill. St. Lawrence was always well prepared to meet the Lord. His life of service to the church and his willingness to undergo martyrdom, demonstrating unwavering faith, immense self-control, and complete fidelity to the mission Jesus had entrusted to him. Lawrence exemplified a life of being always ready for the Master in any place and circumstance. He fully understood that the true wealth of the church is not money or material goods, but that its true treasure is spiritual and in the service of others. His martyrdom was not a tragic end, but an act of a complete fidelity to the mission entrusted to him, an example of being ready for the Master at any moment. With these two examples, today let us focus on the call to be vigilant and to constantly prepare ourselves, knowing that God will come unexpectedly. These preparations include detachment from material goods, fidelity in diligent, prudent, and active service to God and others, realizing that faith is not passive, but faith is a daily attitude manifested in our hearts and in our actions, because at the time we least expect, the Son of God, the Son of Man, who is God, will arrive, and with God we always win.